Hi, I'm Joe Sandow, and if you are watching this, you might know me or you might not know me. If you know me, it's probably because you knew me when I was a professional programmer, or it's because you like some of the stuff that I've done on Twitter or YouTube. And I wanted to talk a little bit about where that all came from, why those two things are disparate and different. So I spent the last 10 years or so being a professional programmer, working at Netflix for the last 5 or so. And eventually I wanted to do something else, and I decided to take some time to experiment, to do some various artistic things other than programming. Programming is definitely an art form, and it pays very well, and it's a lot of fun. But it's not the only thing that interested me, and there's a lot of other things that I wanted to do. So people who knew me from conferences about technology and software and Java and Groovy and Asgard and Netflix and Amazon and all the stuff that I used to work on might wonder what I've been doing. And if you follow me on Twitter, you might have seen that I tried NaNoWriMo, which is National Novel Writing Month. And I did the same thing that 85% of all other people who try NaNoWriMo do, which is I failed. And that's fine. It was still something that I wanted to try, and it's still something that kind of gave me that extra kick to say, you know what, there was a time when I wanted to write a novel, and I could still do that. There's a lot of other things I want to do, and one of them is I want to get more accustomed to making videos and just talking about the things that interest me and the things that people who have something in common with me might also be interested in. If you followed my Twitter in the past, you may have noticed that it's completely changed, that I no longer talk about programming. Occasionally, something will come up and I'll have a conversation with someone about it. But in general, it's just not where I'm at right now. I'm much more interested in fandoms and geek culture and having fun creating things and entertaining people and learning new art forms or getting better at art forms that I like already. And what I've found is that leaving the technology industry, where Twitter is really a force for definitely self-promotion like anybody else using Twitter, you know that it's not so much about hanging out with your buddies as it is showing what you've made or what you're working on or what interests you to people who don't know you. Facebook is much more about your close personal friends, and Twitter is much more about people who have a lot of interests in common with you, but you may not have met them in person. And that's fine. I think that's perfectly legitimate that those two platforms are very different in that way. And I do use them differently in those two different ways. What I've found is that when I was working at Netflix, I felt like I shouldn't tweet too much about stuff that wasn't technology because my boss is looking, or because some other people who are interested in the technology that I'm working on, which is the only thing that they know me for, they don't want to see all that other stuff about Star Trek or about comics or whatever. And that's the stuff that's kind of more on my mind. And so once I left, it was like, it kind of took me a while to get out of the mindset that it matters what anybody from my professional circles of technology creation, what they think about what I'm posting, whether it's relevant. Really, they're just gradually, some of them are unfollowing me, which they should, because I'm not posting the things that originally brought them to want to see what I had to say. But more people are following me because I'm talking about things that are of more general interest to more people, which is really what's important to me, is entertaining people and seeking out the entertainment that I enjoy the most. That's not so esoteric. That's not so, esoteric's a funny word because it's an esoteric word. Not everybody is quite sure what it means. Anyway, I'm getting used to the idea of doing vlogs, doing morning vlogs. And it helps a great deal that I'm working with Terry Latorco on the Star Trek Hour project, which is a once a week Twitter chat that we do together with a bunch of people who like Star Trek. And that's That's because she's a huge fan of Star Trek, I'm a huge fan of Star Trek, and we both create other content that's like, you could call it fanfic or just a celebration of Star Trek related media that we create. I have some Twitter accounts, which I should talk about in another vlog. But today, before I go to go play some board games with some friends at Netflix, which is the best part now of knowing people at Netflix, I get to go play board games with them. I have some that I want to unbox, and I think I might do an unboxing today, perhaps, but that'll be another video. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you're interested in whatever it is that I'm rambling about at the moment. It will evolve over time because I'm new to this, but I just wanted to get myself used to doing this and talking to you, and I'd like to know what you think of how Twitter should be used and how you prefer people to use Twitter and how you like to use Twitter. And the chances are you don't. Most people don't use Twitter. But in the comments below, please do tell me what you think of your favorite uses of Twitter that people have used that you've enjoyed. Thanks for watching.